Hey guys, welcome to Comic Basic List, where we try to unravel everything there is to know about comics in 10 minutes or less. Today's list: 10 super kids who could single-handedly save the Earth. Before I begin, as always, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button just below this video. That way you'll be sure never to miss a video as they become available. The comic book world is filled with powerful parents who have powerful children. In a world where the sky is the limit as far as power goes, who are the most super of all the super kids? If the Earth needed saving and the parents weren't around, which offspring could step up and save the day? Well, let me tell you. At first, and to the relief of his parents, Jack was thought to be born without any superpowers. As it turns out, Jack, like his siblings Violet and Dash, did in fact have powers, and they were very much stronger than anyone could have predicted. Bear with me. Laser vision, teleportation, pyrokinesis, matter ingestion, monster transformation, super strength, electrokinesis, levitation, duplication, and that's only the tip of the iceberg. Something tells me when Pixar decided to do an incredible sequel, they sat back and thought about how many powers they could give one baby. Jack has been able to beat villains that seem unbeatable, and he's only 2'6". Imagine just for a second how much power he would have when he ages. Don't let the minimal power he showed in Deadpool 2 confuse you. When it comes to high-powered offspring, Cable definitely fits the bill. Telepathy, telekinesis, mental energy projection, astral projection, mind control, superhuman strength, and endurance. And all of that in a single being. Scratch that. All of that in a single human being. As a baby, Cable was infected with the techno-organic virus by Apocalypse because he heard that Mr. Sinister had planned to use him as a means of exacting his revenge. With the techno-organic virus beginning to raise havoc on his body, Cable was sent to the future as a way to save him. While he was in the future, Cable learned to use his mutation as a way to keep the virus from spreading. If that doesn't impress you, think about this. In one story arc, Cable travels from his apocalyptic future back through time to keep Hope Summers from accidentally dying at the hands of the Avengers. He does this because he learns that if she were alive, his future may not have actually happened. After his arrival, he proceeds to dispose of Captain America, Iron Man, Falcon, and the Red Hulk. Yeah, all of them. Cable is a force to be reckoned with, and it's for all these reasons that he's definitely on this list. Franklin Richards is the son of Reed Richards and Sue Storm and is a very powerful mutant. Contrary to other mutants, Franklin's power did not expose themselves in his teenage years. His powers actually came out at a very young age when he awoke the Thing during a battle in which the Fantastic Four was losing. A little while later, and during a conflict with the Nihilist, the Insect placed Franklin in a machine. This machine triggered the release of his full psionic energy, and Reed took notice. Fearing for his son's safety, Reed placed Franklin in a coma while he devised a plan to get his power under control. Eventually he would awaken, and upon his awakening, his powers had been reset to before his time in the machine. This didn't stop Franklin's curiosity, as he used his power to age himself. He quickly realized that while he appeared older, he was not mentally mature enough to cope with this power. Under this realization, he reverted back to a child and placed psychic holes within his own mind. These holes held his power under control, and he was mature enough to mentally handle them. The power that Franklin Richards possesses simply can't be taken for granted. He is an Omega mutant and quite possibly the most powerful mutant in existence. Therefore, he's a virtual lock for this list. While some might find her to be a little on the crazy side, what she's capable of can't go unnoticed. In her humble beginnings, she and her brother Quicksilver found themselves in a state of perpetual limbo. Aside from the fact that both were underutilized, neither could seem to find a permanent home, bouncing between good and bad guy status. After they found a home with the Avengers, it took about 45 years for her true potential to come out. In her many early appearances, Scarlet Witch was given hex powers, and if you ask anyone at the time, nobody could clearly explain what they were. In leading up to the House of M event, a group of Who's Who superheroes sat around trying to decide the fate of the increasingly powerful Scarlet Witch. Fearing for her safety, her brother convinced her to create an alternate reality, and she did. At the conclusion of the event, and full of confusion, she uttered the words, "No more mutants," and set the mutant population from millions to 198. Now that's power. After the House of M event, the mutant world was left in a state of shock. Many wondered not only the fate of those who remained, but if mutants could even be conceived ever again. Hope Summers answered that question. The first child born after M-Day, as it's come to be known, Hope Summers is seen both as the savior of mutants and the bringer of death to mutants. Born in Cooperstown, Alaska to Louise Spaulding and an unknown father, who would eventually turn out to be Cable, Hope Summers is an Omega mutant. Basically, this means that she is of the highest mutant class and capable of bringing the world to its knees. And how? Hope Summers has the unique ability to mimic any nearby mutant power. More than that, she can use that power to its fullest potential. Let's put it this way, Hope is so powerful that she was sent to the future to live with Cable. This was done to, of course, protect her and those around her. Of all the super kids in comics, Hope might be the most powerful. What can possibly be said about the son of the Allfather? Not only is Thor one of the most powerful beings in the Marvel Universe, he's also a god. Without saying too much, Thor is near invincible, immortal, possesses the strength that would make 1980s Arnold Schwarzenegger jealous, and wields one of the most iconic weapons in comics, Mjolnir. While his cinematic portrayal by Chris Hemsworth is good, it's only a shadow of who he is and what he's capable of. In the world of comics, he's hit with the force of multiple supernovas, shattered planets, lifted the Midgar Serpent, and survived being crushed by weights that exceed 20 planets. Thor is the son of Odin, the protector of the 9 realms. He's capable of going up against any adversary, and has been given all the necessary tools to do so. After Doomsday and Superman shocked the world in 1993, a void was left in all of humanity. That void was soon to be filled by Project Cadmus when, unbeknownst to anyone, the genetic information of Lex Luthor was combined with that of Superman. The creation, Kon-El, was aged to his mid-teens and given all the biological information required by someone of that age group. Shortly thereafter, the new creation would embark on somewhat of a world tour and establish himself and his own identity. Superboy, through what's known as tactile telekinesis, possesses most of the well-known and not so well-known powers of Superman. Some of these include flight, freeze breath, super strength, and super speed. Being the offspring of Superman should land him on this list, and it only kinda does. It's everything else that goes with him that makes him a lock for this list. Superhuman strength, speed, durability, and stamina. Flight, near invincibility, healing, and a lifespan that runs thousands of years. Yes, Mark Grayson is a Viltrumite whose father is the most powerful superhero on Earth. At the tender age of 7, Mark was told by his father of his origins. His father told him that he was a Viltrumite who was nearly indestructible. He went on to say that he was sent to Earth to quicken its development so that the planet may join the galactic community. He then promised Mark that one day he too would see his powers develop. Mark Grayson grew up knowing that like his father before him, he too would be great. What makes Mark so special is that he's a teenager and the book doesn't let the reader forget it. I can't speak for you, but as an avid reader of comics, I sometimes forget that it can be difficult being a teenager. Conceived during the popular Planet Hulk story, Skaar is the son of Hulk and his thought to be dead wife Kyra. Because he is the son of Hulk, Skaar is gifted with many of the same attributes. He's incredibly strong, durable, possesses a degree of healing, and becomes stronger the more enraged he gets. And that's not all. Because he's the son of Kyra, Skaar was also able to walk and talk the moment he was born. Above that, he can also harden his body and drain the power from his home planet. Oh, and due to the fact he was born in a lava-filled lake, he's resistant to heat. To say that Skaar is ridiculously powered is an understatement. Skaar is so overpowered that, for a time, all he wanted to do was fight and kill the Hulk. Granted, this has been done before, but imagine for a second how difficult it would be. Raised by his adoptive parents and taught to fear the water as a way of keeping his powers from him, Aqualad is one of the most super kids in all of comics. No matter which origin you look at, comic or television, one thing remains the same when it comes to Aqualad. He is the son to Aquaman's greatest enemy, Black Manta. And because Black Manta relies on technology and his smarts to get by, as it pertains to the genetic pool, Black Manta didn't really pass along anything noteworthy. Don't let that fool you, however, as it's Aqualad's mother that bestowed him with great power. Because his mother is a descendant of the Zabel tribe, he was given Atlantean strength and more impressively can manipulate water at his will. This allows him to create tidal waves, tsunamis, flash floods, make weapons from water, and the like. Further to this, he can breathe underwater, see to the deepest depths of the ocean, he possesses hydrokinesis, and can discharge electrical bolts from his fingertips. Aqualad is a hero and one who's mentored by the King of the Seven Seas. He has fought alongside the King against the likes of Styron and the Death Squad, and of course Black Manta. Don't let the jokes that have played the Aqua heroes fool you. If you could control anything that covers 7% of the Earth's surface, you'd be pretty powerful too, wouldn't you? And that's it. That's my list. Did I miss someone? Is there someone that you can think of that isn't here? Who would make your list? Let me know in the comments below. Before you go, as always, I'm going to ask you 3 simple things. First, if you like this video, hit that subscribe button just below. It really helps this channel grow. Second, if you really like the video, hey, share it and let somebody else like it too. And third, when you leave, and I really don't want you to, but when you do, make sure you check out our website, comicbasics.com, where you'll find more information than we can cram into any of these videos. Thanks guys, we'll catch you next time.